Hey, welcome everyone. Welcome to the closing ceremony of our Wise Humanity Summit. This is a closing ceremony as a celebration, and it's also the beginning of many connections, networking that has been happening throughout the event. And I'm honored to have with me and with us the community from Uruguay, from the Sierras, where I live, my beautiful neighbors and friends, and Misha from Green Pop, all the way from Cape Town in South Africa. We have Jim Greywolf from Pennsylvania in US, and Maya, I think it's in California. Yes, Bisalela in Namibia, and Malin that is from Xbacka in Sweden. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Today, we're going to harvest, as we've been talking about rites of passage throughout the event, about letting things die, letting things, stepping into the unknown. This ceremony is to land all of this. And it takes time. It's not going to be only here, but you can always recall to this connection and this ceremony to be able to land it in you. So to start opening this celebration, I would love to invite the community of the Sierras to share a few songs with us and start this ceremony of celebration. So welcome everyone there. If you want to... Thank you.
Siempre más, que reine la paz y acaben las fronteras. Fuerza de la paz, venga siempre más, que reine la paz y acaben las fronteras.
Gracias.
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 Y bienvenidos.
Danke, willkommen. Thank you.
Bienvenue.
Merci beaucoup.
Tschüss.
Kalimera.
Hey, allihop.
Gracias.
Tak.
Muchas gracias.
Adiós.
Muchas gracias por la belleza. Ahí hay niños, hay mucho amor.
We are circulating together. We are singing our hearts. This is family, this is unity, this is celebration, this is sacred. We are circulating together. We are singing our hearts. This is family, this is unity, this is celebration, this is sacred. We are circulating together. We are singing our hearts. This is family, this is unity, this is celebration, this is sacred. We are circulating together. We are singing our hearts. This is family, this is unity, this is celebration, this is sacred. We are circulating together. We are singing our hearts. This is family, this is unity, this is celebration, this is sacred. Arriba! Circulating together. We are singing our
Oh, their internet doesn't work so good, but I can hear them from here. Oh. Oh. Well, I don't know if it's gonna load, but I will let them know. Ah, they're coming here. Ah, they're coming here. Okay. Gracias.
surprise!
When internet doesn't work, we can find solutions. You wanna come here? Like this. A ver.
Sanando juntos la vieja melodía, sanamos juntos todos en armonía, cantando juntos la vieja melodía, sanamos juntos todos en armonía, cantando juntos la vieja melodía, sanamos juntos todos en armonía, cantando juntos la vieja melodía, cantando juntos la vieja melodía, sanamos juntos todos en armonía, cantando juntos la vieja melodía, sanamos juntos. Sigue.
Oh my God.
Thank you, gracias.
Oh, gracias. Thank you. Oh, man, I'm going to explode of love now. Okay. You need to bear with me. Ah, ah. Oh, sí, gracias. Qué genios. Oh, so genius. Dios te ve.
Yupi.
Oh my God. Oh, wow. Thank you. Thank you to these amazing people. I'm so blessed to live with them. I'm experiencing of joy. So now we open the party, the celebration, and the closing ceremony. Very. And I would love to welcome Misha from Green Pop. Misha, thank you so much for being here. We are in the same height, I think, in the planet right now, Uruguay and Cape Town.
Lovely to be here. Thank you, Veronica. Yeah, I suppose I just feel very privileged and blessed to be invited into a space like this, and also with the knowledge, the wisdom that these things are happening around the world, just absolutely incredible. I feel like now is the time for us to really resonate, to create that resonance that we need in order to start shifting paradigms. And it happens by big conversations. It happens by amazing intention and amazing action. And it can be small things, and it can be big things, and it can be things like this, where on a digital front, you are able to just captivate and bring a humanness. And so thank you for that.
Thank you. And thank you for all that you do. It's very inspiring. And I would love, because we have done a journey in Wise Humanity. We went through our belonging, it was like a train you took, into feeling like our belonging, then going into our human nature, our journey from babies until death, and feeling the wisdom in all of it, and feel the full tree. And then in the interconnectedness with everything that is, and now we are in the steps to take for a prosperous future on Earth. And then I couldn't help to think of you and Green Pop. So I would love to hear what is your calling and Green Pop's into this stepping, wise on Earth and taking steps to create a prosperous future.
Yeah, thank you. So I suppose I'm one of the luckiest guys in the whole world in that I get to live my purpose on a day-to-day basis. And I've embarked on a journey which is filled with compassion, receiving, experiencing, understanding, reinventing it for myself. It's filled with adventure and big ideas. And I suppose for me, one of the most poignant things for us as a common humanity that I hold dearly is the concept, the paradigm of restoration and of self and restoration of landscapes. And that's really a meeting point that I'm trying to work through in the work that we do. I started this organization with some dear friends a long time ago, 10 years ago this month. And the idea in the beginning, so we live in a very divided city. And the idea in the beginning was to bring young, affluent people into low-income communities, to connect people and to bring biodiversity and a reason to be proud into low-income schools. And this journey has just metamorphosized. We've planted at over 450 schools across Southern Africa. We've hosted tree planting festivals and tree planting events and community action days in countries across Southern Africa. And it's really culminated into this experience of bringing large groups of people together, some of them who don't even know what they're getting involved in. And then this realization that I've come here for a purpose, and pushing them into a space of being just a little bit uncomfortable, but allowing for them to have really aha moments. See, I believe that we can learn a huge amount from our natural worlds. I believe we can learn a huge amount from nature and from trees. Trees have this capacity to connect with their community. They have strength only by virtue of having a community, by sharing nutrients, by warning signals, by creating the resilience from externalities. And I believe that there's so much learning that we can have in a similar type of experience. And more than that, when you bring people together en masse to start restoring wilderness spaces, degraded spaces, there is an opportunity that comes out of it. You mentioned it so poignantly, I think. There is a harvest. So by doing the work, by bringing people together, and sometimes, if you could just picture this, we might have 500-600 people walking up a hill with face paint and flags and drums billowing. And we're walking toward the site where the nature's been degraded over 200 years and the ecological function is not there anymore. It's a fire risk, the biodiversity is as low as it could be, and we go into the space and we start restoring in collaboration, connecting with each other, working with the soil, working with the mycelium, sharing ideas and approaches. And that opportunity, it allows for you to open your heart because of that collaboration, because you're working so wholesomely and holistically. You're working up a massive sweat. You feel like you've run a marathon by the end of this experience, but you haven't won the marathon. Everyone wins the marathon. And that visceral experience, it's so tangible. And you come to the other side of it and you feel like, I'm really open to anything from here. I'm open to learning anything. I'm open to any kind of conversation that would really push my own personal boundaries around restoring myself, allowing for myself to see this climate anxiety in a different way. And also to see that every little bit that I do helps, because I feel like the world over, it is easy to be bogged down by thinking the little bit doesn't help. But it's those little bits that resonate, that other people experience or see or have the benefit of, or the natural systems have the benefit of, that then starts to create that ripple effect. And that's really what's so incredible about these types of experiences. When you plant 10,000 trees with 1,000 people, and that ripple effect that is able to happen. Thank you.
Wow. It's like the power of community, everyone with one intention, and then you're involving the earth, you're involving trees, and then it's like the interconnection that must happen there, of collaboration with other beings of different species. It's like, I don't know, when I hear it, I feel like I really want to do it here. I already talked with some neighbors and said, we need to do this here too. It's super inspiring. And how is that you came into this? Like, how did you come in contact with this? Where is the origin within you that the seed in you that blossomed in this way?
I think I had quite a few different paths that met and pushed me toward this. But when I was in my early 20s, I was very fortunate. I had a group of youngsters that had a similar mindset as myself, and we decided that we wanted to go through a spiritual or life journey. And so that journey was to drive from Cape Town in the tip of Africa to London. So it was 21 African countries, 172 days across Africa, across Europe. And that experience of creating a big plan, of delivering passion and horsepower on a day-to-day basis, taking a massive risk on oneself and realizing that there's a brave, big world out there that you can play with, you can dance with. And then departing and connecting with people that I'd never met before, people that I didn't even know the language of. In the Simeon Highlands in Ethiopia, we broke down and our lead vehicle, had to leave for a week and a half. And we literally lived on protein shakes and life straws. And we met a priest, and every day we went to his box-sized little cathedral on the mountain with just one little light, a shaft of light that used to come through the roof. And we would drink honey mead. And that connection of communicating with someone who doesn't speak your language, but to have that humble approach that you learn through connecting with people on that level, just such a blessing. And then obviously the nature, just the endless amounts of beautiful landscapes that make you feel both, wow, what a world we have, and also how fragile it is, because we travel through so many degraded landscapes, and that can both be very upsetting, but also be quite inspiring about what's possible. There's so many amazing examples of big restoration projects from around the world. And so while we see so much degradation happening, I think it's like 80% of the planet that has had some sort of terraforming, some sort of shift just because of human touch. But then there's some really beautiful examples of how we have come, or nature is able to come and shift those landscapes and bring that ecological function back. So yeah, I've had these beautiful opportunities of largely travel, going to places in Africa and in the East, and being able to be in nature, be inspired by nature, learn from nature, and see how she heals herself, and fall in love with nature. Because I think it's that love and it's that connection, it's that compassion for the natural world that really brings you into a space of wanting to be part of a movement.
Yeah, and I asked you this because I believe all of us have, this seed that is blossoming, this is growing, is sprouting. So I wanted to hear how was it that yours, because I feel like what you're doing, interconnecting, actively with, or feeling, or the interconnection with all these beings. And when I say this, I think of the trees a lot, and the humans together, and the earth, this is three species or many species. And for me, it arises a lot of love and the mirroring that there is also with the land in the state that is, or that, when you say like this can change, like same as me, if there is something that is not healthy for me, I can change it, and we can change together with the land and with the trees and with the animals. So together we do it, And this for me is so powerful when you talk about it, to imagine 1,000 people, touching Mother Earth and planting 10,000 trees is like, I cannot imagine. Please tell us a little bit, how is it afterwards when you arrive to the land and when you go? What is it before and after? I would love to hear this.
So something that is really beautiful about the experiences in this forest, this one particular forest where we plant, we try and mimic the natural environment in the way that we plant. So if you go into the forest, it's a coastal thicket. And when a mother tree dies and falls over, the baby trees almost in a circle around the mother tree, start to grow. They're feeding off the organic material, the moisture bank. They're essentially filling up that part of the canopy. And so what we do is we take this non-indigenous vegetation, we chip it up, and we make holes in the ground, and then we plant in a circle around these holes, and we create almost like fish scales, these little mini swales across the landscape. We plant the trees very densely, and we work from the forest edge outwards. And going through this process, when you eventually look back, and you can see the forest in the distance, and then this full fish scale mosaic of little baby trees that have been planted with their little swales, it looks like an artwork. It just looks like an absolute landscape. I mean, outside of just the emotional experience of collaborating, of sweating, of having to fill so many roles, and in particular myself, because I'm both the organizer and the inspirer and the person that's keeping the energy high. It's quite a visceral experience. The moment when we have planted that 10,000th tree, that's a self-actualization moment. It just feels like I've just landed on the moon again. And what an opportunity to be able to do that. And I wish for everyone to be able to do that, to find their earth shot or their moon shot, a way that they can self-actualize, not necessarily by tree planting, but by the thing that you do, by that little thing, that gift that you bring to the world. One day we're all going to die, and that's necessary and beautiful. But when we do, we need to be thinking to ourselves, how much value did I bring to the world? Did I give more than I took? I feel like that purpose, that significance, that living your significance has just absolute profound effects on the happiness, the ongoing production of oxytocin in your mind. It's not the quick doses, it's not the dopamine stuff, it's the stuff that sustains your happiness. And you get that in finding your significance by constantly rocking up, and whether that significance is big or just a little bit every day.
Thank you so much. I feel like, because this actually was going to ask you. You wanted to send a message to people about this finding their significance, and so it's beautifully said. I think when we are connected with our gift and living it and connecting with other people and having this collaboration and with everything around, of course, it's happiness or just being whole, in a way. It feels like life makes so much sense. It was meant to be like this. We are more nature because we are doing the same as the animals and the trees and everything. We are giving and taking what's needed, but then we are, I don't know. Thank you so much, Misha, for being here.
Such a blessing.
And
thank you so much for what you've been doing.
To spread this work of Green Pop around the world, and it's amazing.
Come plant some trees with us. Join the Treevolution with us.
Yes, that would be beautiful.
Thank you, Veronica.
And I would love to that Visolel and Jim and Maya, if you want to share also something about this, about the expressing our gift, or the steps we can take, or shortly something about this to send out before the ceremony. Bring all this, all that Misha just shared, all this celebration from the community here, and if you want to share something like to put into this bowl of water that Maya brought up the first ceremony, the opening, so that we can fill that all up with all this energy and then put it in the ocean or in the rivers and send it out to spread. Would you like to share something? Who Is
I'm so touched by what Misha is saying and excited too. My work with humans is helping them to learn from nature. I'm a life coach and energy healer, and I use nature. I invite people to go out into nature and learn from the trees and learn from the clouds, and the water in particular is my path. And back in 1987 was had a profound experience with the presence of the water speaking to me through the heart. And so, yes, the heart is the answer. We have to go into our hearts to listen to what our unique calling is and to open ourselves to learn from the other beings. So that is the work also I help people with, is finding their way from here to here and to listen from that place to all the lessons that are here. I got very excited years ago when I talked to architects and some others who were using that term biomimetic, imitating nature or following nature's way, and understanding it's all here, all the answers to the new economics that we need to embrace, to the new way of building, of working together with nature. It's all here. We just need to step out of our place of arrogance and thinking we know as humans into seeing that it's together with the community of all other beings that we can do things. So that's just, I'm very excited. I want to come plant some trees with you.
yeah. Oh, thank you, Maya. Thank you so much. So Leila or Jim, do you want to share something about the beautiful steps that we can take for the future on the earth? Hey, Bisalela.
Yeah, maybe let me come in.
You're in. We see you.
I think, thank you for sharing the steps. Yeah, thank you for sharing the steps that you take traveling from our land to so far. For me, I think there is a very important message in there, and I want to just also share a little bit. I have been thinking about the trees. Lots of trees are being cut in our country, but more especially in the urban area. And because the women need firewood, and I think nobody really talks to them about which trees needs to be cut and which trees needs to be protected. And so for me, during this time of COVID, I started to go and talk to the women alongside the roads about the trees that they are cutting. And I thought that was the task that I was to do. But what then happened was one of the women came and said, look, you are talking about these trees, but how about me? Because I don't know how do I call the plants, but it is the desert plants. They are beautiful plants like the aloe type of plant. Do you know the aloe?
Yeah.
The aloe vera. You know the aloe plant? I think he will know because it's in South Africa also a lot. But it is, and in Afrikaans we call them vetplante. I don't know the name in English, but it is vetplante. So this woman brings to me now many different kinds of this vetplante, these different plants, and they are small, they are to be taken care of. And I'm like, I'm talking about trees, my sister. Now you are bringing me these plants. What shall I do? I am into gardens and I want to protect the trees. But no way. I'm sitting now since March with all about 20 different species of the plants, the pet plant, the beautiful. So I had to put them into my yard because she was saying, no, I'm selling because I need to have food for the children and all those. And so that's why I have to cut the firewood. And she was giving me prices, $10, $20, how many? And then I had to buy all those plants. And now I'm sitting with those plants in my yard. And it has really, like you said, there's this feeling that, oh my goodness, how are you, plants? I need to take care of, I need to hear you. Are you all right? Because, maybe through you, we need to protect the tree, one tree that mother will not cut. So I am in that space with all these plants in the house. They are standing there. I'm taking care of them. And then I added fruit plants to them, fruit trees to them. I added the guava tree, fig tree, and a mango tree. And I'm like, okay, out there, people are coming. What is that is happening? But what I'm trying to say here from what I have reflected was, these plants that I'm having, I have to go out and plant them maybe on the farm very soon. Now, September, because now we have summer and they can now go out of the house. So in the winter time, because I was given the plants during winter, they were inside my house, inside the sitting room. We were all together there in the sitting room, and I had to take them out sometimes for sun. And so I'm taught a small way of starting to go out later to reach the big trees and talk about the big trees. But it is at the moment a very small baby step that I'm given, because usually I'm planting vegetables, tomatoes, whatever out there. And now I'm taught, no, slowly take care of these plants, make sure that they are better off. And maybe there is a way then that I will have to go and protect the trees, because that's how I feel. Maybe firstly, because people also wanted I put some pictures out and people were saying, I want to buy. And I know you can't buy these plants. I must take care of them so that they can be strong. So I am thinking that really I didn't plant these trees that I wanted. I'm taking care of the fat planter now. And for me, I'm going through quite a lot of emotions, attachment, understanding the fragility of those little plants. And I am also, they are not supposed to be watered every day. You know that, yeah? That they need to be watered very much, maybe 2-3 days, because they can live in the desert by themselves. They are waiting for the rain. So you have to make as if you bring rain when you water them. So with your hands, you have to hold the water and just let them like a drip in their mouth, kind of. So it's a new relationship that I am developing. I'm developing a new softness, additional to maybe what I have, new compassion and new, these plants are teaching me to talk to them. And that is maybe my individual journey. I was like out there, no, the trees. Now I'm like, oh no, are you fine? What's happening to you? Why don't you grow? I'm at that level at the moment. And they are beautiful. I will send you a picture, Veronica, and then you can share. Today I was making a shade for them. Yeah. And then what has additionally happened is the birds has come to this place. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, what a gift! No,
So
it's like
that's where I am. So the birds, I don't usually give them water. This is in the urban area. So I have put up water out there. Yeah, I've put up water there for them. And maybe from tomorrow on, I'll put little seeds for the birds so that they can eat. I want to go to the shops and find out what is it that I must give small birds. So I have never treated them, but they are sitting there and talking lots of stories. And I'm like, I mean, honestly, but they don't touch the plants. They don't touch the plants. So yeah, that's where I'm thinking, yeah, I am preparing myself to go and plant the big trees. Maybe from January, I will do that.
Thank you so much, Visalela, because you just shared like a whole process from being a human in connection to the trees, like a bit separated, you know, I don't want that tree to be cut, to kind of bring trees to your house and become a family with them, learn to take care of them, see them as, you know, as what they are actually, you know, they are family, you know. So it's so beautiful, the process that you took us into, and into also how the trees invited other beings too, you know, the birds and then that you had to go down so many, you know, because to connect with the trees, I guess you had to go like in a much lower how do you call it, like resonance, no? Because they talk in a much lower than we do. For sure, more is lower than me. That, but it's so beautiful that that you have shared this story. Really, like how we are so connected and family beyond species. Much. Thank you so much. Jim, would you like to share something?
I just say, Visalela, such a
Yeah,
beautiful.
I will.
So I just would say that's such a beautiful example of how sometimes we have in our mind the intention that we think we hold, but when we listen and all the beings together are coming to show us what our actual next step is. And I love that you surrendered to that, Visalela, and really just learn from the small plants and knowing that can lead to working with the trees. Thank you for that beautiful story.
Visalela did a beautiful job of talking about circle. And I just sat here and absorbed it. I'm absorbing everything that's being said. So I think I want to talk a little bit about circle. And Misha touched on it quite beautifully as well, and Maya from a different perspective. Misha's a couple years younger than me, like several decades. And so I watched the younger ones come. Now, he mentioned at some point we will all die. Absolutely. It's part of the circle. I'm closer to that end of the spectrum, so I look at things differently. I see a couple nodding heads, and I'm sure there's more in the audience. Yes. We're here in this circle. We're here now at this special time. I've worked with circle for a long time, as I've learned and made my mistakes. Movements, Misha mentioned. And yeah, movements are critical. I've been in a lot of movements. I protested the Vietnam War. I marched with Dr. King. I was in all those things, and they were powerful, and I learned so much. And they continue. We're all doing movements now. I was part of Standing Rock. I did the virtual coverage on Standing Rock. I'm part of the Water is Life movement. My Sanctuaries of the Earth Mother is my nonprofit, where we combine indigenous teachings with nature and sustainable science. And now White Otter Academy, we're sharing the circles. These things are all very powerful. Misha's is powerful, Visola's is powerful, Maya's. What Veronica's done here, I think, is incredible. And I think that's what this is about, Veronica, respectfully. You are connecting the dots. That's what we need to do. Each of these movements, and there are many, many movements, we can list them, we could spend all day here listing them, are beautiful streams, are beautiful movements of water across the landscape, whether it's planting trees, and I've met someone else in Africa who's part of that, so I'm thrilled to hear Misha talk. Whether it's learning from our brothers and sisters, the plants, whether it's working with people, these are beautiful streams. But we have too many streams. The task now is to bring all these streams together, all these movements into one huge flowing river, because these changes need to come from us, we the people, and our relatives, the plants, the animals, the other people around the globe. We cannot wait for leaders or organizations that have failed us. There's no longer time. Now we are here, we are connecting, and for me, that's what the rest of my walk is about. I want to share out whatever knowledge and wisdom I've gotten from my elders as I got through this walk. I want to give it out so I don't lose it when I go. But I really want to connect the dots because we can do this. I'm watching the young people now and I'm stunned, absolutely stunned by what they're accomplishing. And if we who are older, and you are who kind of in the middle, like Misha, if we all support each other and the generations come together, this will be that time that we shift, as the prophecies have said of all people, whether it's in Africa or our beautiful friends in India or in Australia. We are one tribe with a bunch of different parts of it. And so that's what I hope, no, that's what I know will come out of this, Veronica. Those connections will go deeper and deeper and deeper. It's funny that Jan and Shelley came up, two beautiful friends we work with, and here Misha knows them well. We know the players. Now we connect. Now we share. We hold hands. We say prayers. We sing like your wonderful community did, and we work. And so that's what I'm going to. That's kind of my closing. I was going to do closing the directions. I kind of did it. But I think we'll do our closing ceremony.
Yes, I wanted to thank you for all that you just shared now, because I feel like these movements, as you were talking and Misha was talking, and we are all connected to the movements. And I would like to say that this journey, it has gone inwards and how to be a human today, but this of connecting and seeing the unity is a very important part. And I would love to invite everyone who has this seed waking up, or like it's already doing a movement, to connect with me, to interconnect with all the people that has been part of the event, because one of the most amazing things that have happened during the summit and before, when I was preparing, it took 6 months to make it happen because I'm a mother full time, and it takes time to do everything if I want to be present. Was this the connecting with people from around the world who has amazing projects in all different colors that supports this. It's amazing. It's like we are going the same direction with different paths of different colors, like a rainbow. We were talking the other day, really. So I invite people to write to me so that we can maybe create a network of people who is, and we create I don't know, I think that something is being born here and I feel it within, and I don't know if anyone else feels it, but I would like to bring it out because it's bubbling in me right now. So before we step, yes, Maya.
I just, in this moment, it feels the right moment to mention that this World Water Law, which is coming forward out of a program called Codes for a Healthy Earth, and these are people that Misha know from South Africa, Jan Golding and Shelley Ostroff. I'd just like to put in the chat the website, because they saw water as the one thing that could unite us, all that we're working for. We all need clean water. And it's a beautiful, simple law to get us back in alignment with protecting water as the most precious source of life. And you can go to the website and read about it, and you can sign a petition to support the law. Individuals, groups can go, and I'm just going to put it in the chat.
Oh, thank you. Yes, thank you.
Wonderful uniting movement that all of us can be a part of.
Thank you so much, Maya, for sharing this. This is great. And also, if Misha wants to write in the chat about the Green Pop, so people can connect, it's amazing as well. So we can start networking. So before we go into the ceremony, I would like to bring in everything that we have looked into. So what have you received from universal wisdom during the event? And if you can think of something or feel something that came up and that you want to continue developing, then please take 1 second and just bring it in to your awareness. And what did you harvest from part 2, which is the wisdom within me. What did you harvest about the stage of life you are at now? What did you integrate from your past? And what empathy did born or emerge from understanding other people's journey? If you can connect with that, bring it in. Because we're going to celebrate now what we have harvested. And then the part 3, interconnection with everything that is. What have you feel there? What have you harvested there from community? What do you want to develop? Bring it out also, bring it here. And then the last, our relationships and steps to take. Have you understood your relationship with different beings and systems around us? And what would you like to develop and to co-share? So we have all of this. Everyone at home, anytime you see this, doesn't matter, it doesn't need to be live right now, but whenever you want to bring this, okay, it's here. It's in this water that Maya brought the first day, if you have the bowl, or it's in the water within your body. So I invite Jim and Maya to start with the ceremony, and afterwards, Visalela will also celebrate. So thank you. Let's honor this. Thank you so much.
That's perfect. And then when I do closing the directions at the end, I'm wondering if Visala would do that with me, if she would honor me by doing that. Thank you, sister. So I guess what first, Maya? The water or the elements?
We start with the earth.
Okay.
Or the element of earth. And I have a little plant here to represent the beautiful abundance of the element of earth. And I just offer thanks for holding us in this beautiful week of gathering wisdom and bringing our gifts together. And you, earth, give us this place to be. You give us a ground to stand on. You give us a place to rest. And your beautiful richness and fertility, you have given us our food and our medicine, our shade, our shelter, so much you have given us. And we ask you now at the end of this time of having harvested all this wisdom, that you give us the place of planting the seed so that it may grow and spread globally and bring us into the deep interconnection that we already are, but the remembering of that. So, element of earth, thank you for the part you have played and held in this beautiful journey of wise humanity, and for teaching us how to grow and to continue to grow together in harmony. Oh.
Oh. I'll bring in the element of wind. Wind that takes our prayers up. Wind that carries the smoke when we burn sage or whatever our custom is to Creator. Wind that is part of Father Sky, the masculine element. I thank wind for all it does. I thank wind now for spreading the word around the planet so that we can sit here in these various summits and start to share ideas and see that truly we are one. Thank you, wind. Thank you, ancestors of wind. Om Mitakuye.
Thank you. Wetsi.
And a call to water, precious source of life. Water, we are all made of water. All living beings are water in so myriad, various shapes. And we thank you, water, for giving us this life and then teaching us how to flow. I've learned from you so much when coming up against obstacles. We don't need to resist or fight. We learn how to bless and flow around. Learn how to surrender from you and to follow that path of least resistance. Water, you give us so much, and you carry the codes, you carry the information, like the wind carrying the prayers. Water, you carry the information in our bodies, between our cells, and among our lands, and in the ocean. You connect us with all things and remind us that as each drop of you, each snowflake is completely unique. Each one of us is also, and yet we are destined to flow together into community, into the collective. And we thank you, water. And for this week, in this bowl, holding all the gifts, the lessons, the sharings, the prayers, and the ceremonies. And I will go and offer you a little to a tree and a little, the rest to the grandmother ocean. And I invite all of you who held a bowl or a glass of water during this week to thank it. Maybe you keep a little tiny bit of it in a little jar somewhere as a special blessing, and the rest that you offer up and asking the water to spread out our prayers and all this wisdom, and knowing that the connection is happening. We are one. Aho.
Aho. And the fourth element.
Wesi,
Aho.
Wesi,
Wesi.
Wesi.
The feminine water over to the masculine fire. The fire element, as the water replenishes and helps us build, the fire element is the masculine element that burns things down, the things we no longer need. We're watching it happen around us now. We're watching fire play across the landscapes, not just here in the United States, but around the globe. And it's a warning and a welcome at the same time. To welcome fire in so we can burn out what we no longer need, so we can plant the trees, so we can work with the plants, so we can again embrace our fellow creatures around the globe. I thank fire for doing its job, even if it is a little painful at times. Fire has its main role. Fire and water are the two main elements in most prophecies, and they're working now. They're working hard. Masculine and feminine coming together. Father Sky and Mother Earth coming together, being one to create what comes next. Om Tathayasi. And I guess just to close the directions, Zoli, I'm not sure how we do this. I hadn't thought about it, but let's just, do you want to start it and then I'll do some and then you do some? We'll go back and forth. Or shall I start it and then you come in?
You say to me?
Yeah. Shall I start closing the directions and then pass to you?
We can do it like that.
Okay. So we are here. We are here to thank the ancestors for being with us for this week. So I start with the masculine ancestors, the ancestors of chopping wood, carrying loads, building, and the older ones teaching. I thank you for being with all of us. I give praise that you are here. I ask you to stay with us. And I pass it on to my sister here, who will thank the female ancestors, or whatever she desires.
Okay. I want to present to the ancestors great, great spirits. And I am showing you a very sacred element It is the pantolin, a protected species. I am having this almost 30 years. And I'm giving all of us this pantolin, and on all of us behalf, I want to say we want to put it on our neck, because it's something that you carry, and like the travel of South Africa across Ethiopia, this energy we want to carry on our necks as we are closing today. So I know that you might not have the pantolin, but you will have something that you can hang around your neck. When the earth is hurt, our hearts are palpitating. What you do is you just take a little bit and eat from it. You have to burn it on the fire a little bit and have a little bit, and then ease the pain of Mother Earth every time when it's hurt. And this is what I want to give to us as our commitment as the new program starts. We will carry a pantolin. Is a very shy, very timid animal, and it has a very rough skin. Those scalps of the pantolin is very hard, and Mother Nature has given it that because everybody wants to hunt it down. And therefore we carry, as we close tonight, we carry the pantolin. And because we might one day meet, I want to just send this message to you through the fluid that our ancient great-grand people were using. I'm calling you. When we hear this, even the birds, everyone was standing still and listening.
Wow.
Wow.
I think she
Wow.
blew herself right off.
That's some magic.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So we finish thanking the ancestors, thanking Creator above, thanking Father Sky and Mother Earth for being here with us now and for this whole week and on the way forward. We give thanks for all the energy and all the connections that are going to come out of this before they happen, because we know they're going to happen. Oh, Mitaki Ase, all my relations.
Oh. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Maya. Thank you, Misha and Bisolela and the community. And I would love now to step into the next celebration, the closing and the landing of all of this that we have been talking about, all of this that we have been harvesting, all the elements, all the trees, all the beings on earth and everything, to celebrate with the beautiful community in Sweden, in Spaka, where part of my heart is. And I have beautiful friends and sisters and brothers who are ready, I think, to... Are you ready? Bisolela came back. Maybe she wanted to... Okay, we will continue Bisolela. The calling.
Yeah, the energy just took me away.
Thank you, sister.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bisolela.
So yeah, that's me greeting you and ensuring that we have to travel this journey together with the elements. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And I was sharing when you felt the energy left, because you left exactly when you were doing the calling. It was magical in a way. And I was sharing, inviting in Ängsbacka. It's a community in Sweden. So welcome Malin and Philip and everyone who is there. Håkan and Renzo, and there's two more, I don't know. I don't see.
Yes, maybe I'll turn around for a moment and just wave.
Hey.
So yes, we are a bunch of people here. Not everyone is comfortable being in camera. So we have some more people that you cannot see, and we have gathered to share some songs. And thank you so much for the invitation. Can you hear us well?
It's a bit like how do you say, spacious, but we hear you.
Sounds good. Thank you. Or is that enough? So just do a thumbs up if you can hear us at all, or something else.
I think it's okay. When you start singing, I think it's gonna fill up the space.
Can you say that again?
I hear you.
Okay, so we will start.
They're better, yeah.
Shall we go?
Thank you so much.
So we gather here almost every week to sing together. And so with this invitation now from Vero, thank you so much for including us. We wanted to choose a few songs that we feel connect us with the earth and with the elements that you were also mentioning now throughout the ceremony. And when I look now in the circle, I can see that we have all brought ourselves here with all the elements that we are, like with the water inside and the breath, our feet that have been stepping on the grounds of Ängsbacka throughout this day. And we started this morning also with a little nature meditation, just briefly connecting to the knowing that separation between nature and us, that we are one. And so hopefully whoever is tuning into this now can also have that sense, that knowing inside of oneness, of connection. And please feel free to join in as much as you want in the singing, and we will try to sing so that everyone can hear, near and far. Welcome, family. And the
better. Could you breathe slower and louder in voice in my monitor? Yes.
I have a couple of rattles here. They're welcome to be grabbed. If you have rattles wherever you are, just play with us, sing with us. With the next song, we wanted to share something of what I spoke about just before, with the recognition of oneness, of non-separateness, and many times have I felt this comforting feeling of imagining myself as a tree. And with trees, it's the magnificent thing that they seemingly can reach whatever they need from where they stand. Trees don't necessarily move around too much, but they are always well nourished, and they reach out into the ground and into the sky. They allow everything to touch them. I think it's a beautiful image for me to have myself as a tree. And this song was written when I first came here to Ängsbacka in 2009. And then it has been reborn a little bit this year. And I know Vero knows it from the old days. So this is a little bit the 2020 version of this song. You want to share?
Thank you, Mali.
Something? Let's sing together. All the trees, all the water, all the winds, the warm fire, we are one. All the trees, all the water, all the winds, the warm fire, and we are one. All the trees, all the water, all the winds, the warm fire, and we are one. All the trees, all the water, all the winds, the warm fire, and we are one. Keep singing. All the trees, all the water, fire, and we are one. Keep singing. All the trees, all the waters, all the winds, the warm fire, and we are one. All the trees, all the waters, all the winds, the warm fire, and we are one. Our prayers. All the trees, all the waters, all the winds, the warm fire, and we are one. All the trees, all the waters, all the winds, the warm fire, and we are one. All the trees, all the waters, all the winds, the warm fire, and we are one.
Thank you. Thank you so much for always bringing us into the heart and the spirit and the earth and the trees, and so beautiful to be in the upper barn again. Oh.
Couldn't hear you so well there. And I don't know if you have space for one more song or how it is.
I would like to, before, like to do like a closing song, like, and then a closing song, and before, so that we can end with the song. Say thank you to everyone who has been involved in this co-creation. I want to thank all the speakers, all of them. There's 43 speakers that gave their time to share their wisdom with all of us. And I cannot understand now how all this happened when I'm here today. How is it that we have all these sharings, and also I want to say thank you to my family and to the elders that have been also holding my back, like Jim and Maya and Hilarion, and my community, and I don't know, the earth that is holding me, and you and Xpacat, also the space where actually everything was, this seed started sprouting, and that now is like connecting with everything. I think like it's an amazing gift to be alive with you all. And I have no much words. I just feel like I have so much gratefulness right now and love that it doesn't fit in my chest. So I just wanted to share this and say thank you to all the participants also, and the ones to come. And this is just the beginning of much more interconnection and creativity and everything. I don't know if Jim, you want to say something before we end. We're going to end with an Xpacat song.
No, I'll just also thank everybody. It's been incredible, and I look forward to whatever's coming next too. Thank you, Veronica.
Thank you. I'm honored to be in this journey with everyone. Thank you, existence. I leave the mic to you, Malin and Philip and everyone at Xpacat. I love you all. Thank you. Much love.
Thank you, Vero. We're looking forward to have you back here so we can sing together, and also live, sharing reps. Would you like to introduce our last song?
Yes. So this morning we were looking for a song that we would like to play, and then the one that we are going to play now appeared, and was like, wow, I know this song. Like I've sung this song like in rainbow gatherings in many different places in the world, and then we tried to make it up and find out the chords, and we realized that we don't know exactly how it goes. So I told my friend who I knew that he's playing this song, and then he told me, hey, I actually wrote this song. And so I would like to give thanks to Vivian from Sweden, who wrote this song that people are singing all around the world. Maybe you have heard it as well. And just please join in if you feel like it.
Yes, so it's a bit of an experiment.
And it's an experiment, yes.
See how it goes. You're only welcome to move also if that comes naturally. There's still one unrattled on the floor. So maybe you can say the words once before we start singing, then it's easier to follow.
I am a human being, I walk on the sacred earth. I am a human being, I walk on the sacred earth. I give thanks to the fire, the water and the air, and I bow to the earth and I say my prayer. I give thanks to the fire, the water and the air, and I bow to the earth and say my prayer. And then there is some hey I am.
I walk on the sacred
dance to the fire, the water and the earth. I bow to the earth and say my prayer. I give thanks to the fire, the water and the air. And I bow to the earth and say my prayer. am a human being. I walk on the sacred earth. I am a human being. I walk on the sacred earth. I am a human being. I walk on the sacred earth. I am a human being. I walk on the sacred earth. I am a human being. I walk on the sacred earth.
Aho, thank you. Love shower to you all. Thank you so much. We walk on this sacred earth. And thank you for ringing the tree. I think that's one of the key things to connect with the generational tree. Thank you, Malin, and everyone there.
Thank you so much. Looking forward to connect the next time. Thank you so much.
Yeah. And thank you to to connect. I wanted to just say good before I say goodbye, and now is the ending of the Wise Humanity Summit for this time. And yeah, I wonder how was the journey for everyone, and for me it has been like a transformative journey. Many pieces of myself falling and losing shapes to expand, and I welcome everyone to join and reconnect with this that we have been talking about, the unity, the oneself as part of everything, collaboration, and I live this because I just cannot say that the expansion is that like my body is limited in a way to integrate all of this. I think we talk about it with Jim, that I think I need to go lie on the ground and integrate all this journey. I will be sharing about how it was, and I would love to hear also how it was for you. And if there is things that we can do together, then welcome to write to me. I love you all, and let's sprout and blossom together with all existent with nature, and we are part of it. We are nature. So thank you. Have a beautiful life. Bye.